Today, I want to talk about storytelling despite the gear you have or don't have, and Storyblocks is a perfect example of what storytelling is about. If you're looking for stock footage, photos, video overlays, and even After Effects templates, Storyblocks has everything you need. Sometimes when I'm editing a project, I'm like, I forgot to grab a drone shot of this or a B-roll shot of that. But with Storyblocks, I'm able to find the right footage that I need to help me tell the story. Storyblocks is a subscription-based stock library that offers users unlimited downloads. They have a vast collection of 4K and HD videos. You can easily search for any subject you want, from mountains to forests to whatever really, and you get to use them for personal and commercial projects. Super helpful site to help you and your projects, and if you want to check them out for yourself, then use my link in the description below. Huge thanks to Storyblocks for sponsoring this video, and now let's talk about storytelling. So sometimes over the weekend, I like going through my computer, my archives, and just kind of clearing out some stuff that I don't need. But I came across some old projects that I actually haven't worked on since moving to Texas. But I saw the footage and I'm like, wow, this is actually pretty good. I should make a video about it. And so I made that little sequence you just saw, and I was really impressed with it, especially considering that it's from the a6300 and the kit lens. So several years later, here I am with a full frame camera, the Sony a7 III, and I'm looking around and I've acquired quite a lot of gear since then, and it's got me thinking, does gear actually really matter? Now, I've said this before, and I even made a video about it that was kind of controversial at the time, but it's a question that I think we should ask ourselves pretty often, because the reality is that gear doesn't really matter. Now, of course it does matter if you're looking for certain specs from a camera, like 4K, 8K, 10-bit video recording, whatever. But in terms of a vehicle for storytelling as a whole, it really doesn't matter. I mean, this shot right now was filmed with a cheap Sony a6300 and kit lens. And it just kind of reminded me that it really doesn't matter what kind of camera or lens I have, as long as I know how to use that camera and lens in a specific way, then I have the tools to tell a story. There's a creator that I follow, his name is Andy2, I'm sure you've seen his stuff, but all he shoots is iPhone videos, and all of them are absolutely beautiful. But the fact that he's using a phone to shoot these beautiful cinematic travel videos says something about his talent and talent alone as a creator. The great thing about creators like Andy is that, yes, they work with a certain piece of device, but they know the limitations of that device and they know its strengths. And because of that knowledge, creators like Andy know how to level up the production quality of an iPhone by using a wide-angle lens, by using a gimbal, by using music, by using color grading. He knows how to take a paintbrush, add some color to it, mix it up with another color, and paint something beautiful. Now, when I shot the sequence, I knew that the a6300 was very limited, especially considering that the kit lens had a variable aperture of 3.5 to 5.6, I believe. So I wanted to focus on more medium shots, close-up shots, and even movement shots. And with those shots, in combination with the great lighting when we were up there, color grading, and the music, I knew that if I just mixed those things in the right way, that I'd be able to come up with a pretty decent cinematic sequence. And that's the thing, you have to know how to use your gear so that you can properly use your gear. There is no gear that is absolutely perfect by any means. Like, I shoot with my Sony a7 III, it's a great camera, but there are a ton of flaws. Like, there's no flip out screen. So I have to accept the limitations of that camera and the limitations of the a6300 and figure out a way to compose my shot, how to move my camera so that I can film something that not only looks good, but has meaning. And if you can tell a story that impacts people in a deep way, no one's really gonna care what kind of camera you shot that story with. It's an interesting predicament that I'm in, because if you've seen my stuff and seen my videos, I talk about gear. I freaking love gear. And I'm going to continue making videos about new gear because I have a passion for it. But at the same time, I don't want to neglect the fact that they are just tools. Tools to tell a story. I will admit, after seeing that footage shot with the a6300, it makes me want to go back to Sony aps-c cameras. I mean, I have the ZV-1, I think it's a great point and shoot camera, my wife uses it a lot, and it's a great B-cam, but I'm kind of tempted to either go back to the a6500 or even the a6300, just because, you know? I don't know if this video is going to unite people or divide people, but I am going to say it again. Gear doesn't matter. What really matters is storytelling. How you use a certain piece of gear in a certain way so that you can tell a specific story. Anyway, yeah, that's the video I wanted to make today. Do you agree? Gear doesn't matter, or do you disagree? Gear totally matters and you suck. Please don't say that. Huge shout out again to Storyblocks for sponsoring this video, and if you want to check them out, use my link in the description below. But I am out of here, guys, off to lunch with the family. Much love to you all, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.